Shalom, shalom. Black Power B1. What's up, everybody? What's going on, family? Yeah, man, just out. Another late night. Sitting outside thinking, listening to the irritated genie. Yeah, man, just thinking about your boy Ozone. Now, a lot of people is really making him into a bad person. I say wait for the evidence. I mean, I'm with it. I mean, if you go to jail, if you're gonna have to go, I mean, that's how I always live life. You know, sometimes you just gotta go because you gotta do stuff. First time I went to jail, I stabbed a dude that was attacking my girlfriend at the time while she was at work. Almost every day she was being attacked by this dude. And so one day me and him got into it. We got into it a couple of times, but the last time we got into it, I ended up stabbing him. I went to jail. Uh, yeah, man. So I feel ozone on this. Sometimes you just got to do what you got to do. You know, sometimes. And sometimes what you got to do is send you to jail. That's why I don't see why dudes, especially black men, I never understood what was the need of committing crimes. Shit, just living, you almost subject to go to jail as a black dude. Where in the neighborhoods we live in, you know, just living, trying to keep your family safe. More than likely, just doing that, you're gonna end up going to jail. Making sure your sisters ain't getting beat on by these crazy ass niggas. That shit can send you to jail. Making sure your mama ain't getting beat up by these crazy ass niggas. That can send you to jail. So I mean, I don't understand why do you need to go do something that's gonna send you to jail when it's so many things that will just happen that could send you to jail. So then you end up with multiple things on you. Some shit that you did that was stupid, and then some shit that you did that you had to do for protection, for whatever. Like in California, it's real easy to go to jail, and there's no defense for defending yourself. So, or defending your family. There ain't no stand your ground in California. So if you do have to stand your ground, then all of a sudden you in jail. And there's so many reasons. So now you got niggas doing sneak hits and catching you while you getting out your car, coming from work, or catching you while you dropping a girl off at home from a date. Like I know my sister, one of my sister baby daddies, that's how he got killed. Fucking taking a girl home from a date. So Hispanics pulled up on him. This is right in the middle of the LA Black and Hispanic War, like 2006, 2000. I want to say nope, it was like 2005. It had to be because I wasn't truck driving yet. Yeah, man, he was dropping the lady off after a date, and some Mexicans rolled up to him. At least this is the story I got. Asked him, did he want to buy some weed? He told them no. He didn't want to buy no weed. He walked her upstairs. On his way back to his car, they popped it. Yeah, man. Like, some cold cold blooded stuff. So, and even if so, then now you put in a position where you might have to retaliate if that's your family member, somebody did that. You put in a position where you might have to retaliate. Next thing you know, you're in jail. So it's so many different ways to go to jail. Why do some stupid shit? Like why? I don't even understand. Like, nigga, just protect your family. You know what I'm saying? Protect your family. Shoot, in California, that's gonna send you to jail. Making sure don't nobody touch your family gonna send you to jail. You know? And so, man, I really feel for Ozone, though. You know, I don't know what he got in his background. If he ever been in jail before, I don't know. But I know out here that all plays into how you get treated when you in court. So I don't know, man. I hope I hope Ozone get through this thing with no problems. I hope they don't give him no issues while he up in there. You know, that's crazy. Even being in your 30s, like being on the run, that fucking shit is crazy, man. That shit is crazy. Trying to take care of your kids, you got a whole ass job, and you on the run. Come on, man. Like, how are you supposed to live like that? That's crazy. You know? Up at late night listening to Irritated. Listening to Irritated over here. Thinking about this Ozone dude, man. Crazy. Shit, crazy. The motherfucker's tired, man. You know, like, man, just getting pulled over, sitting in front of your house. Well, not even pulled over, just dragged out the car and put on the ground, all type of shit. That's crazy, man. All type of shit. It's crazy out here. Trying to figure this thing out, man. You know? So, man, just, I don't know, you know? I done listen to everybody talk about it. It's just hard to listen to everybody talk about it because it seems like all the black people is at war with each other, you know? So we supposed to be on a black power type of thing. But then we at war with one another. I don't know. That's a whole nother discussion. That's a whole nother rabbit hole. You know? You know what I'm saying? That's a whole nother rabbit hole. But everybody is at war with each other. So when you're listening to people talk about ozone, you got to hear them go on this rant about whoever they don't like. Which, I mean, I don't really care. I don't really care who people like or don't like. You know, that's that person in your beef. You know, that person ain't did nothing to me. I'm cool. You know, either I like their information or I don't. Like that Moorish World TV dude, can't stand that dude. He just remind me of Moors. You know, if you look at their history, they've been traitors the whole time, and that's all he's doing is causing distinction between everybody. Having people come on his show and talk about everybody else. Well, I've been seeing people doing a good job lately of checking it, making, you know, like, nah, we ain't finna be on here talking about nobody. Like, you know, like that's some old little kid kindergarten shit. You bring another dude on your show and then laugh and make jokes and talk about a whole nother dude. That's crazy. That's crazy, you know. But shoot, that's what these Moors do, I guess. I don't like him. I mean, shit. When he talk about something that's relevant, I might listen. Other than that, I don't really listen to that nigga show. You know, I'm a more of a Michi, goddamn Tyreek Nasheed, uh, Dr. Boyce, the Black Channel. I listen to them. Professor Truth. I listen to them, man. Irritated ain't out like he used to be, so I can't really listen to him like I used to. He used to come on every Monday. You know what I'm saying? That gave me hope. I don't really know now, man. Shit, it's kind of hard to even have hope in today's time. Kind of hard to even have hope in today's time. Yeah. Think on my plant. It's doing bad. I've been trying to bring it back to life. Brought it out here. Put it. This was my garden area. Man, I don't have no green thumb, as we can see. Look at this. It's a mess. It's crazy. But I'm gonna keep trying. Shit. Our people used to grow stuff easily, so I need to get in tune with the ancestors, especially with my big daddy. You know, get this thing tight. Yeah, yeah, man. So yeah, man. Back to this ozone situation. So hopefully the bro get some leniency. Florida got that stand your ground rule, so they say it don't matter who you stand your ground with the police or wherever it is, as long as you stand in your ground, then whatever happens, happens. Which is kind of hard to understand coming from California. In California, man, they teach you early. There ain't no fucking such thing as self-defense. In California, something happen, and you don't call the police, that's on you. You going to jail. That's it. Ain't no other chances. You don't get no. You go straight to jail. Do not pass go. Do not collect your $200. You know. So still out here listening to this irritated, just talking. Oh, so let's go on into a story. Let's get it on in. Let's get it on in. So we're gonna go back to 1946, East 115th Street, 90059. That was just a crazy house, man. A lot of stuff was different then. You know, I say I talked about this before, but on that street, growing up in Watts at that time in the early '80s, man, almost everybody had a dad. On our street, it was like half and half. You know what I'm saying? Half my friends had dads, the other half didn't. But shoot, nah, for the most part, dads was in houses back in the early '80s. It didn't start being until like I seen my mom and dad got divorced in '92, so that's when I can say I start noticing that it wasn't no dads in the house. Once my dad left the house, I looked around and I started seeing, God dog, all the people was divorced, ain't no dads in the house. I don't know what happened. That was some craziness. But you almost could tell it was like something programmed, something that set that up, you know? something that set that up. Yeah, man. But growing up in Watts, it was crazy. Like I stayed in the house part of on 115th Street. So you had on one side you had the Nick's Gardens. On the side I stayed on that side of the tracks, was the PJs. At that time in Watts, it was like, you know, Grape Street was like the biggest Crip gang. So all the little gangs didn't really like Grape, So everybody was kind of warm with Grape. I mean, all the way to the point now, I'm hearing that the Grapes and the PJs and the Hunters is cool. So, with that street politics, that is what it is. But so yeah, man, growing up over there in that time, it's crazy. So we used to have to go to school. We went to school, Grape Street Elementary, and while we was in Watts, I also went to Markham. Now, going to Markham from the PJs was interesting because you went through almost every hood to get there. Even if you went across the tracks, which you didn't do, even if you had to cross the tracks later on, you didn't cross the tracks right where I stayed because you would be directly in front of the Hunters. And just from walking that way, you could have got popped, Crossing them tracks at that time, it was crazy, man. So at Markham, I learned a lot, man. At Markham, junior high, I learned a lot. I learned how to get jumped. Shit, I got jumped multiple times. Well, no, I would say at least twice. And that one time it was because, the back of Markham was like going to the Hunters. So if you was on a PE field out by the basketball courts, that was considered the Hunter side. Not even nobody that went to Markham really that stayed on my side of the tracks went out that way, especially after school, because everybody knew that was the blood side of the school. But Markham was split, so on the other side was the Grape side. But remember, I stayed in the PJ, so it really wasn't no PJ side. It was just crazy. And so one time I was at lunch, and in Watts, you get into it with one person, you into it with their whole goddamn family, because everybody in Watts, they was around their cousins, so everybody at school would have 3 or 4 different cousins, plus whatever hood they was from, lived in, you pretty much would get jumped. So I got jumped by some Grape Street dudes first at lunchtime. And then I got jumped by some circle niggas the second time. But shit, you learn and watch. Either you adapt or you learn how to get jumped. So either you adapt, meaning you start gangbanging. So adapting is start gangbanging. Now you from a hood. Now somebody got your back, so you ain't getting jumped by that hood. You could get jumped by some other hood, but you want to get jumped by your hood that you from now. You know? So, that's how it was over there, though. It was weird because getting jumped, I learned a lot of stuff like, I noticed that the dude that talked the most, like the dude who ran up, was normally the scariest one. So, if you take and hit that motherfucker the hardest you can, try to knock him out, the rest of everybody else will get kind of scared, you know. And that's just was a part of getting jumped. So the person that you arguing with, whoever you arguing with, you gotta try to take his head off, you know. And so, well, I didn't do that at that time. I was just getting hit. Like, God damn, what the hell's going on? Yeah, man. Where's my angels? I thought I had angels kept all around about me. I was a Christian at the time, so that's how I used to talk. Yeah, man. It was wild. We went some wild days back in them days, man. But then we ended up moving. You know, in my early days, I'd say all the way till the 12th grade, I was in the sports. So, you know, sports was more meant more to me than anything else. But we moved so much, it was crazy. Why is he trying to block out the sun? Could you tell him, my brother? Vitamin D. And when it comes to black okay. Well, irritated getting into it right now. I need to go ahead and turn around. Look, y'all, peace to the gods. Good night.